Good morning, everybody. Not much in the way of news to drive today's trading. Pretty quiet, but we do have a full complement of players. Britain, the UK, Scotland, the EU are all back, manning their trading desks and ready to rock and roll. So the volumes are up in the overnight session. Not a big news day to drive the trading. Biggest news internationally is that Vice President Biden is going to the Ukraine today, I believe, to see if he can't bring peace between Russia and the Ukraine. My feeling, as you all well know, is that Russia has probably accomplished 90% of what they want to accomplish with the takeover of the Crimea, and with the Ukraine spanked and Russian troops massed on their borders. So I don't have any idea what Vice President Biden will be able to accomplish, but I wouldn't look for much out of that. So the biggest danger to Russia is that some Ukrainian group will take it upon themselves to go blow up the natural gas pipelines that run to Europe, and if that is the case, Russia will go in and protect those pipelines. It is their currency reserve monetary lifeline, so to speak, and they will not let those go. And the Ukraine kind of knows that too, so my guess is that probably isn't going to happen. Okay, so I think we've got some news. We've got the FHFA price index for homes supposed to be up 0.3%. Existing home sales 4.56 million. Most homes that are sold in the United States are written on a contract contingent upon selling your home or an existing home. So that's a pretty important stat as to the health of the housing market. And in the Richmond Fed, at 0, up from -7. So we don't have a lot of news that's going to drive things today. So it's really going to be, I think, the direction of the E-mini and then the 2-year auction. And the 2-year auction is generally no worse than a sideways market and usually an up market. So the direction of the E-mini is pretty important. I think we got a trading range market. I think we're going to test support down here. So I'd like to get long at 17 to 21. But again, just like last night, it may take 25s again, and a lot of it just depends on what the E-mini is going to do. Then 9 to 13 will be buy 2. First sell zone is going to be 27 to 31. And then 3 to 7. And that's it for the note. Now, when you get squared away and you learn the methodology on the note, take it to the bond. You got over twice the volatility. The knob spread improved today. Widened back out to 10.3 and from 10 last night to 10.02, depending on when you took your measurements. So the knob spread's holding in pretty well, and you'd have to think that that's probably based on what's going on between the Ukraine and Russia. Looking quickly at the bond, we're going to count on like 10 points to do the math on the knob spread. So the numbers are going to be very close to the notes. because we have a little extra volatility and there's a chance that knob spread can come in. We're going to put 17 to 21 as our buy zone on the 30-year, and then 13 to 9. Again, I don't think the market is going to break. It's also an auction week, and that tends to bring in support to the knob spread, and we'll make 31 to 03, pretty much where we had it last night. Last night we had it 34 to 04, so that'll be sell 1, and then 7 to 11. And the reason we're capping the potential for a rally today, unless the E-mini falls out of bed, is that you can't move the paper if the markets go straight up. People know how to buy in the United States, and they recognize bargains, and they're geared to buy bargains. So if something gets away from them, what's the difference? We'll come back and we'll get it next week or the week after that. These guys know how to play the game. Okay, taking a look at gold. Gold was quiet overnight. It didn't break. It found buyers where we thought it might. We wanted to buy the 82, 85 area when we left yesterday. And 85 held. In fact, it didn't take out stops below 85. So got pretty good buying, 85, 82 once again. We'll leave it at that. We're trying to press higher, so 93, 95 will be sell 1. Then 98 to 1300. Big article out, and I forget on which service, maybe Bloomberg, about how gold has lost its luster with money managers because of the improvement in the U.S. economy and the outlook for the U.S. economy. And if the U.S. economy does come back and spring back to growth and does lead the rest of the world into economic growth, then you have less need for gold for sure. Gold is one of those where fear really motivates and drives people. The article also said that when it goes below 1,300, retail buyers emerge from everywhere. So again, I don't think a lot of the buying that's done in gold by the retail account is being done with the idea of making money on this particular transaction. It's being done to make sure that they have something to live on if the political situation continues to deteriorate and if the central governments continue to print money like they are right now. Looking at the euro, when we left yesterday's market on the euro, we had a buy in the I think it was 75 to 85. I didn't write the buys down. I know where the sells were. But we've got this 75, 85. London's last rotate down was 90, so we'll put the first buy 90 to the buck. I don't think anything's going to happen today. Come in on the high side, then maybe 65, 75 to go a little bit lower. Don't think it'll break. Don't think they had any kind of news or anything going on that'll do that. I guess there's a chance that make 25, 35 sell 1, and then 45, 55 for sell 2. Some miracle might happen, and Biden's trip might actually produce something, but I sure wouldn't hold my breath on that bet. I mean, why would Russia give in? They've gotten everything they want. They're calling the shots. Don't think that would happen. Okay, Dan Andrus is looking for some help with crude. Nancy Pickering trades crude on a regular basis. Dan, as does Greg Young and Bill Orthwine. Nancy's pretty busy, though. Okay, looking at crude. We basically have had a seller 104 and a buyer at 103. So we're going to make 275 to 103 buy one. Basically leaning against, and then we're going to make 2 1/4, 250 for buy two. On the sell side, sell 175 to the buck, and then 25 to 50 for sell two. Obviously, we're down on the yellow end of the range, so we want to get down into this buy area and take our normal setups. We're not going to do it with resting buy orders. And we've got the attractor down here at 50, the high volume number. So if you wanted a limit buy, 102.51 would be where I would put it. And everybody's favorite contract. We're going to look at the F1 screen first on the E-mini because we are at resistance. And if this 68.70 area comes out, stops above 75, then contract highs are within reach. So right here we are, folks. That's resistance at 68 to 70. And then if we take out that 68 to 70 area, I mean, there's 72, there's an attractor right there, a high volume number, then we have the contract high up here. And that's within reach. It doesn't take a fundamental reason to do it. We got McDonald's earnings today, Lockheed's earnings, and Comcast earnings today. And Comcast is one of those media giants that has the worst reputation and worst ratings for service in the entire cable television industry. And the reason for that is that they're the biggest, and they've got a stranglehold on most of these communities. A lot of these communities, when they started out, signed exclusive agreements with cable companies to get them to come in and wire their communities. And if you wonder why you don't have 1080 definition and you don't have access to the channels that you want in a meaningful way, it's because of the monopolies. Another example of why you don't like monopolies. But those are the three companies that are going to report earnings today, and that could be the impetus that takes us higher. I don't think today's news will. So this 68.50 to 70, we'll make it 72 area because of that high volume number, is resistance. And if we can get through that, a retest of new contract highs is within reach. If it holds and starts down, you want a trading target 5 to 10. Looking at the F2 screen, we're dealing with nothing but P's. This market is pointed higher. There was some talk out of Europe. 3 days up for the European stock markets. Some of the talk today and this morning was 5 days up for the U.S. stock market. And we're dealing with a P, another P, definitely a P, especially from a volume, and in the overnight session a P. So we got resistance right up here at 68 to 70, and 75 is a market number, then our 80 to 82. So this is selling failure to take out 68 to 70 is the easiest trade to see. Then 74, 76 would be sell 2. On the buy side, they make us pay up, so 60, 62, in anticipation of a test of the 68, 70 area will be buy 1. I can't see that any news coming out today other than earnings from McDonald's, Lockheed, or Comcast could really affect the trading. I don't think existing home sales will. And that's all I've got this morning. Any questions on the news, the setups, anything that we're talking about?